I am Aaron Border.
My name is Mara.
I'm Tyler Metzger.
Hi, I am Kim.
I am the Google Developer Student Club Lead at Northwest Nazarene University.
At City University of Seattle.
At the University of Connecticut.
At the University of Florida.
And I would love to welcome
all students from the Institute of Engineering and Rural Technology.
The students of IERT to connect, learn, and grow the Google Developer Student Club at your campus.
And lots of wishes to IERT students for upcoming Google GDSC sessions.
I am Aaron Border.
My name is Mara.
I'm Tyler Metzger.
Hi, I am Kim.
I am the Google Developer Student Club Lead at Northwest Nazarene University.
At City University of Seattle.
At the University of Connecticut.
At the University of Florida.
And I would love to welcome
all students from the Institute of Engineering and Rural Technology.
The students of IERT to connect, learn, and grow the Google Developer Student Club at your campus.
And lots of wishes to IERT students for upcoming Google GDSC sessions.
I am Aaron Border.
My name is Mara.
I'm Tyler Metzger.
Hi, I am Kim.
I am the Google Developer Student Club Lead at Northwest Nazarene University.
At City University of Seattle.
At the University of Connecticut.
At the University of Florida.
And I would love to welcome
All students from the Institute of Engineering and Rural Technology.
The students of IERT to connect, learn, and grow the Google Developer Student Club at your campus.
And lots of wishes to IERT students for upcoming Google DSC sessions.
I am Aaron Border.
My name is Mara.
I'm Tyler Metzger.
Hi, I am Kim.
I am the Google Developer Student Club Lead at Northwest Nazarene University.
At City University of Seattle.
At the University of Connecticut.
At the University of Florida.
And I would love to welcome
All students from the Institute of Engineering and Rural Technology.
The students of IERT to connect, learn, and grow the Google Developer Student Club at your campus.
And lots of wishes to IERT students for upcoming Google DSC sessions.
Hi, I am Aaron Border.
My name is Mara.
I'm Tyler Metzger.
Hi, I am Kim.
I am the Google Developer Student Club Lead at Northwest Nazarene University.
At City University of Seattle.
At the University of Connecticut.
At the University of Florida.
And I would love to welcome
All students from the Institute of Engineering and Rural Technology.
The students of IERT to connect, learn, and grow the Google Developer Student Club at your campus.
And lots of wishes to IERT students for upcoming Google DSC sessions.
Hi, I am Aaron Border.
My name is Mara.
I'm Tyler Metzger.
Hi, I am Kim.
I am the Google Developer Student Club Lead at Northwest Nazarene University.
At City University of Seattle.
At the University of Connecticut.
At the University of Florida.
And I would love to welcome
All students from the Institute of Engineering and Rural Technology.
The students of IERT to connect, learn, and grow the Google Developer Student Club at your campus.
And lots of wishes to IERT students for upcoming Google DSC sessions.
Evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Am I saying an issue? I guess we're having a mic issue. Am I audible? Am I clearly audible? All right, so welcome everyone to our second session of GDSC-IERT. This is a session for hands-on training on first we'll start with Java and Android. So first of all, a warm welcome to every one of you present here with us. So we'll be starting with a small info session on how are we going to conduct sessions from now on, as well as what you'll be expecting from this session. Are you guys excited or not? And first of all, have you guys started with your Android sessions or Android units, pathways? Thank you so much, Divyanshi and Maitri. Yes, so good, very good. If you have started with your Android sessions, please switch off your videos. Yes. If you have any doubts during the session, please raise your hands. When I'll tell you, then you can ask your questions and I'll address them one by one. But for the time being, do not start your videos or your mic. So we'll be starting with why Java. Java was first developed by Sun Microsystems, and then it was transferred. So we'll be starting with Android in Java. Java is it's a robust language, it's secured, it has object-oriented platforms. You can make objects through which you can call variables. And the best part for Java is that it is platform independent. You can make a program or code in Java in any of your platforms, and then you can switch to other platforms. That makes Java a very reliable language to work along with. So what happens with pointers? So Java doesn't use pointers. What happens with pointers is that pointers often become null or point to values that do not have a reference. So Java has advantage over those pointer-based languages that it does not use pointers. Instead, it implements its logic using object-oriented programming. You can create as many object or instances of the class as you want in Java, as well as you can, using the simpleton class, you can limit the use of objects to only one object per class. So you'll be, if you're following for your units in Java, in Kotlin pathways, then you'll be familiar with simpleton class as well, where you only have one object per class. So there are a lot of advantages of Java. First of all would be Java doesn't use pointers. Java supports internet features. You have for Kotlin it's Kotor or retrofit, but for Java you have remote method invocation packages by which you can access internet. Of course you have JRE, Java Runtime Environment. If you want to code and work with Java, then you can download the JRE code from Oracle website, and you can install it on your laptops and work along with it. So JRE is the Java Runtime Environment. It has the JDK, Java Development Kit, on which you have to run your code, your programs, your files, and then of course you can access internet. You can make web applications using it, and mobile applications, of course. So that's the third advantage of Java. The fourth advantage of Java is that it implements the concept of multi-threading. By multi-threading, we mean that we are going to separate our code into small threads. That means in a particular program, we'll be dividing into a smaller number of subtasks, and you can divide those subtasks on your own if you will be doing core Java or advanced Java. I hope that you guys continue with Java, but if you are familiar with Java, then of course Java implements the concept of multi-threading. And the fifth aspect of Java is that it has automatic garbage disposal. That means all the code that you do not want to use will be disposed of using Java garbage disposal. So these are all the benefits of using Java as a programming language. So moving on to our next slide. Okay, why Java? First of all, I am so hopeful that you guys are all familiar with your Android devices. They are made entirely with Java. They are made entirely. All the Android devices are made in Java using Java and Android Studio. Your applications are all made in Java. So if you have like 3 billion mobile phones all around the world, they're all made in Java. So you can access the possibilities that you have using Java as a programming field. And you have 125 million TV sets which use Java as the main programming language. Then you have Blu-ray players. These are players on which you run your DVDs or your Blu-ray sets, in which you have your movies. So in DVDs, actually, you have a movie of resolution of 480, I guess. But with your Blu-ray, you have a movie of 1080 megabytes or GBs. So these things are good. These are cool, and these are technologies we are going to use today and as well as in the coming future. So it becomes a lot important to be accustomed and to be familiar with Java. And of Java would be that it is used widely in IBM and banking sectors. It is used for database, and you know how important IBM and banking sectors are. So Java is used all over there. It is used in Java is mostly used in Fortune 500 companies. Of course, they are switching from Java. They'll be switching on to Kotlin, and I'll be discussing the reasons later on. But for now, Java is the language that you should all be learning and getting familiar with. And Java is used in web pages, but Java is used in web pages. It is mostly used in server-side communication. So to facilitate you with your internet, to get you the data, Java is used for web applications. It is used as, and the sixth benefit for Java would be that it comes with its own packages, its libraries. It has built-in functions already. It has already all those functions. You should know how to use them and how to facilitate your work with all those built-in libraries. So you are getting all those benefits. You're going to get access to the best jobs, the most demanding careers using Java, using Android. You're going to have a market which already wants. There's a huge demand for Java developers, for Android developers. And of course, with Java, you have all the benefits of built-in libraries, of codes, of so we all want that you all have a big we all want your perfect participation in this whole session that we're going to organize. Not only this session, but in the coming weeks, we are going to organize a lot of sessions This is one of the first hands-on training session from Java. We'll be switching from Java plus Android, and we'll be switching on to Kotlin, and then to Jetpack Compose. But of course, it would be a slow transition so that you all get accustomed to every facet of Java, and you can all learn, have ample time to learn all the features as well. So now why from Java we are going to switch on to Kotlin. So there are a lot of drawbacks in Java. The first would be the null value system in Java. So what happens is sometimes in Java you can have null values, but in Kotlin you can have it, but they are different. There's a different thing altogether. But in Java you can have a lot of null values, and what it happens is later in the execution of the program, it leads to steps of to things that you do not want regularly in your execution of your program. It disrupts the flow. Those null values disrupt the flow of the program, and of course you would have circumstances which you do not want to have in your code. So that is the first drawback of Java. The second would be the Java is slow. Java takes time to compile, and you have from object code, you have to get from your source code, you have to compile it to object code and then to other codes. So it takes time. And third would be Java. Java is a verbose and a complex language. Java has code and which should be used in a particular syntax. If you are messing with your syntax, then it leads to disastrous consequences. And the fourth drawback of Java would be that it takes significant memory space. So this is what we'll be focusing on with this Android sessions. That would be Kotlin and Jetpack Compose. So Kotlin is the better version of Java, but let me tell you guys, it is just Java. It is completely like Java. A small syntax change from here and there, but it uses the concepts of Java. It has same object-oriented programming, the same inheritance, the same polymorphism, the same abstraction. Every feature is same as in Java as well as in Kotlin. If you are familiar with Android Studio, then you know that if you're typing a code in Java, then it automatically gives you a window that tells you that if you want to compile your program in Kotlin, if you want to convert the whole code into Kotlin, then it can do so. So it's easy. It's very easy to switch from Java to Kotlin. That is why we'll be organizing these sessions in Java, so that you can be familiar with Java first, and then you can switch on to Kotlin later on. So in these sessions, we'll be giving you some basic features on Kotlin, some UI, user interface project, some user interface related. So we'll be showing you like buttons, text views, and other views, and later on we'll be going to more advanced parts, and after on we'll be showing you some key or advanced features in these sessions that we'll be organizing for some time. The focus would be on our beginner tracks as well as intermediate tracks. We'll be going to show you and teach you like hands-on training for some of the aspects, like some key features, some basic features that you want to show you. But of course, working on Java and getting familiar with is your responsibility. You have to work through, you have to go through all those pathways and do all those units, and you have to be familiar with all these things. So you have to work hard. We are here to help you in every stage. If you have any problem, then communicate with us. But of course, it will be your hard work that matters at the last moment. So why is Kotlin better than Java? First of all, Kotlin uses safe calling. That means you know already all those variables that are going to be declared as null, or that would be non-nullable. Means you always have a value in them, or you do not have any value, or meaning those variables can anytime become null. So in that way, you know the execution of your program. You know at what stage my program can develop an error. So that is one of the benefits of using Kotlin as a language. So I told you to the safe calling is when you're using Java syntax, then you use safe calling. That means you use safe calling question mark and colon with your nullable variables. You ask the variable whether it's is it null or not. If it's null, then you can have a different set of execution of code, and if it's not null, then you can have a different set of execution of code. So Kotlin gives you an option of safe calling. That's one of the benefits of Kotlin, that your variable has a value or it does not have a value. The third aspect of Kotlin is that it is interoperable with Java. As I've stressed already, that Kotlin and Java uses the same libraries, the same code, the same object-oriented programming concepts. The same. It has every aspect of Kotlin and Java is same, but Kotlin is better as it has even more libraries and more order functions to support it. The fourth aspect of Kotlin is that Kotlin supports higher order functions or lambdas. That means you can have your function, the function that you make. Like if you're familiar with C programming or any type of programming, that that you divide your programs into small methods or functions. So what happens in Kotlin is higher order functions. You can assign your function to a variable itself, and instead of calling the whole function, you can call the variable. Like if you go ahead with Kotlin, then of course you will know how to implement those high order functions. And lambdas are small functions that you can use along with high order functions. And Jetpack Compose, which we'll be focusing, is that you can make UIs, the user interfaces in Kotlin itself. In the previous session, I have told you about how with Java we use XML, extendable markup language. So we use for working in Android Studio, we use XML to make our layout, our views, our text views, our buttons, our user interfaces are all made in XML language. And with Kotlin, if you're working with Kotlin, then of course you can use Kotlin and XML. But with Jetpack Compose, we can make our layouts, our views, our text views, and everything with Kotlin itself. And there's no use of knowing XML language. But XML language is very easy. Let me tell you, you do not have to stress yourself over it. It's a very simple, straightforward language. If you want a text, then you type text, and then you'll have your text in view. If you want your layout, then you can type relative layout. So it's very easy to learn XML and to get familiar with it. But of course, when we want to work with higher level program, that it becomes very tedious to go through XML layers, because XML has its own libraries and systems, so it becomes quite tedious to work with XML. So Jetpack Compose gives you the option of making your UIs with Kotlin itself. Okay, so that would be the benefits of Kotlin. And so there have been many questions with asking why we want Kotlin, why Java, why Android. So this is the answer. Like Google, Netflix, Amazon, Uber, OLX, all these platforms use Kotlin, and they are using Kotlin, and they're showing their support for Kotlin, for Android programming, and that gives you a benefit, that gives you an edge over other developers which do not know about it. So you have to learn about programming if you want to excel in it. So now we have covered the most basic part on what is Java, what is Android programming, what is Kotlin, why you should go to Kotlin, and what gives you an edge if you learn Kotlin. And that is that major platforms in the world like Google, Netflix, they all use Kotlin programming to implement their code. They all use Java. So please start learning with Java, and we're going to give you hands-on training. We're going to give you sessions, and of course, we're going to give you questionnaire rounds. If you have any problem, then you can communicate with us and share your queries, and we'll be happy to answer them. So this is the end of my presentation. And if you guys have any question too, then I'll be happy to take them. Any questions? Any queries? Hello, everyone. All right. So thank you, Divyanshi and Maitri, for your support. If any of you guys have any queries, then please ask right away. Okay. Thank you, Nitya and Divyanshi. You guys have no queries. Even in the later stages, if you have any problems regarding your platform, regarding your pathways then or your units that you're going to complete, then we'll be happy to address them. Please do communicate with us. We want and leave your feedback. After this, we'll be going over to Anubhav. Hold on, everyone. Yes, in just 5 minutes, we'll be having a hands-on training session where we will be giving you hands-on training on how to make layouts using Java, how to have basic features implemented using Java. So give me 5 minutes, guys. Please stay connected with us. We'll be giving you over. So over to Anubhav. Okay, guys, 5 minutes because Anubhav over here has some issues with his mic, but of course. So can I ask you, like, how many pathways have you completed? Like the maximum pathways that you guys have completed. Unit 2. Have you guys completed Unit 2, or any of you have reached for you over Unit 2 or Unit 3? Divyanshi, 10 plus pathways you have completed. That is amazing. Wow, you're going very fast. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Okay, Divyanshi. If you have any queries, Divyanshi, or if you have problem, then of course you can connect with me. If you guys have any problems or any suggestions that you want, we will be sure to implement it in our next session. So well, actually, I want to give you a brief spot into. Okay, so switching over to Anubhav. Anubhav, you'll be presenting and you'll be giving hands-on session. So everyone, please welcome Anubhav.
Good evening, everyone. Here, Anubhav Singh. I will be your instructor for today's session. So, first of all, thank you, Nushi. काफी सही तरीके से ब्रीफ किया कि why should we switch to Android actually, but why I prefer Java over Kotlin is here we are going to enhance our skills not only for Android but for our overall programming career. So I usually prefer Java because it also helps in other fields also. So if you are going with Java to Kotlin, then it's very easy in Android and also in programming career. So I prefer Java over Kotlin. So that's why we are going to going through this Java for our sessions. Okay. Now it's not like a tutorial thing, so I won't give you everything like how you can install Android Studio or how you can use it. I don't know, but the thing is कि हमको आपको skills सिखानी है, तो we should focus on our skills and how to use it. Okay, so इसके बाद भी अगर आपको कोई problem है, so I will just let you know from where you can download Android Studio. So for that, I must share my screen. Yes, is the screen visible to everyone? Okay, thank you. Then here we should try. Yeah, there is a first link from developer.android.com. Yep, you can download it from here. You must download the latest version of Android Studio. And there is a rumor around market that if you don't have a very powerful or expensive laptop, you cannot run Android Studio. That's not true. You have if you have at least 4 GB of RAM, then it's completely fine, and there is no need of being a high-end processor. So it's totally fine. Now I have already installed Android Studio in my system, so I just fire it. When you open for first time, you open your Android Studio, your welcoming screen doesn't looks like, but it's somehow you become adaptive while you're using this Android Studio. So I just go with new project. Here we have a lot of activities that Android Studio provides. Well, Android is not a new thing. It's about 1.5 decades जब हम Android यूज कर रहे हैं, तो अब Android Studio पे हमेशा था नहीं. तो जब पहले टाइम पे जब अर्ली Android स्टेजेस में, तो we use Eclipse IDE if you heard for Android development. But the problem is that कि वहाँ पे अगर आपको कुछ भी implement करना है, तो आपको पूरा कोड खुद से लिखना पड़ेगा, जो कि Android Studio में काफ़ी हद तक सही कर दिया गया है. So इसलिए Android Studio is more progressive than Eclipse nowadays. So ये सब many activities है. There are two types of activities, like one with green highlighted and one with purple highlighted. The purple one is with Kotlin and the green one is with Java. Like जो हमारी मेन एक्टिविटी आएगी वो ग्रीन में .java फाइल होगी और जो पर्पल में होगी वो .kt फाइल होगी एज Kotlin सेक्शन. So for now we will go with empty activity, and you can also explore. I just suggest you कि you must explore all these activities, how they work, what are the merits of these activities, what are the demerits of these activities, because everything has merits and demerits. For example, just take a look at basic activity. Here we already have two screens which you don't get in this empty screen. So that's the thing with basic activity. Here we have Google Maps activity. In this, the Android Studio provides a facility that it already fetch data from the Google Maps, same as like Google Pay, Login activity, and rest of them. You must explore this. It's the task for today. So I just selected empty activity. Then next, here comes the tricky part, that you have the name of your project. For example, I have just first session, and this is the directory where your your folder has been created. This is a language we are going to Java only. Now this is a thing that you have to pay attention. Like what is this minimum SDK? This signifies the minimum Android version that are allowed for the app. Like if you are running the this app into any system, any Android phone which is lower specification than Android 5, then it won't work. And here it shows you, it also shows you that how many currently running devices on the on this selected version and above. If you make an app out of this, then it will be able to run on 98.8% devices. That's something that you can manage and learn of your own self. And you have to learn all this stuff because that's a part of programming. Now that's the position where you have to like maintain your patience, because it takes a lot of time. Yep. Probably it's loading. It depends on your system, that how your system, your processor and your RAM especially, because I have 8 GB RAM, so it took a while. Yep. Now it's loaded. Now I shall explain everything to you all. Like this, see this. There is a process going on that's called Gradle Build. What is Gradle Build? Gradle Build is like all the necessary files which are required for an app to run on different devices. The Android Studio is making all of them by itself. Okay. Now let's come to this main app folder. There is app, then there are subfolders, manifestations. Java and resource res. What are these? Java, this folder contains all the files that you're using these files for code your app and designing purpose only. What is this res folder? I will explain manifests, but you have to wait a bit. What is this res folder? Res folder is all the layout, like how you customize your Android app. This folder contains all that files. Like you can see, drawable. Drawables is a folder for all your animated stuff or even your pictures and all that stuff. Layout. How can it cannot, like, simply you know this. This is a basic structure of your Android app. Map is then like where your values going to be stored, and what is the value assigned to some variable is just like that. Values are the constraints you put on any object you are putting in your app. XML files, these are the aggregate of all the folders. Like whenever you design any app, you use these XML files. That's all for now. Now let's come to this main activity.java. So this is a place where you will going to like learn. You are going to code your app. Like after designing, it need to be work something ना. तो आपका end goal तो यही है कि at least आपका कुछ न कुछ काम करे आपका app. So you have to code this in this main activity.java file. Now activity.xml. Like I should hide this and zoom it a bit. Look, this is a basic structure how your app looks like. Like I have done nothing. If I run this part, then this is the emulator part where a virtual device which will pop up and show how your app run on a system or Android device. Okay, so it took a time. Like you have to be patient if you are doing an Android development. I really suggest in starting you might get irritated that this is नहीं हो रहा भाई. Then, but by the time you will adapt it to it. So by the time I must explain all the features that you have in this Android Studio. What Android Studio does that I didn't code anything, but as long as I open the file, it somehow like already written some code for me. What is this code? This code is basically doing this work. Nothing but just showing hello world. So that's where Android Studio surpasses Eclipse IDE. Okay, then I did nothing. By default, the Android Studio provides us app which looks like this, and that's completely fine. You don't have to be hurried. So just let it be. Now, everyone just focus on my pointer. Like by default, Android Studio uses Dracula ID, color, and all that. That's your personal choice. I prefer night out, and that's okay. Here we have file. Here we got a lot of options regarding our file, our Android app files. Here we got some new project. If you want to work on multiple projects simultaneously, you use this import project. If you have anything like some like Anushi made some app, and I want to use it in my Android Studio, and somehow for any reason I won't able to locate the folder. So I use this import project, and I just type the name, and it will automatically find for me. Now these are project from version control, and just you have to explore things like different types of fragment, activity, service, UI, XML, VR, and all that. You just have to explore this. And if you want to like change fonts and all that, you must explore the Android Studio. I'm saying this. Today you have to explore Android Studio completely. Okay. Now when I open this XML file, if I open this activity file, you see there is nothing, just some codes. But when I used to open this XML file, there is a lot of things here and there, like this design is played code. Like, as Anushi already told you about XML files, I'm going to show you a XML file. Yes, this is how an XML file looks like. Like if you notice this code, this is the basic code which is required for any app. Okay? This part is not necessary. If you see, it is here now. But if I just select this and delete this one, and now if you look at our code, then the text view part has been deleted. So this is the remaining, this part is the basic structure of every XML file. If I just like delete this slash, it shows me an error. It will automatically, my program, my app will crash, and I just can't do anything in it. So this is the about basic XML files. Now in Android Studio, when we code in XML, I have also been coded in Eclipse, sorry, not XML, in Eclipse. You have to make your own XML files and code everything. You have to write about every single thing. You don't have this feature of drag and drop. But in Android Studio, it becomes very handy that we have this drag and drop feature, like this text view, button, image view, recycle view. Like we have different types of palettes. Like if you see legacy, it's very important thing that everyone has to pay attention to it. There is like Android Studio is a very like old thing. So by the time the things were updated in this, but there are some certain features of Android Studio which are all very useful even now. So for that, they have included this palette legacy, where we have older features of Android and all that. Here we have text. These include all the operations, like all the all the features we can do with an text view, like normal text view, plain text. If you notice that text view, it only returns AB, and in every other feature there is an underline. That means it takes input from user. Like if I just drop this plain text, then it is like कभी-कभी होता है हम लॉगिन करने जाते हैं कहीं पे, तो हम उस पे टैप करते हैं, देन अपना एंटर करते हैं यूजर नेम या पासवर्ड जो भी है हमारा. तो दिस इज यूज्ड फॉर दैट. And a text view is used when we want to show user any text. So this is the point. Okay, now there we have buttons, a normal button and image button. Like आपने देखा होगा कभी-कभी ऐप्स में ऐसा होता है कि हम किसी बटन पे किसी इमेज पे क्लिक करते हैं एंड देन हम किसी नेक्स्ट पेज पे या फिर नेक्स्ट विंडो लाइक एक ही पेज के किसी नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे चले जाते हैं. तो दिस इज यूज्ड फॉर दैट. चिप ग्रुप स्विचेस आप सबने देखी होगी, इट यूज फॉर दैट. अगर आप एक ऑन करेंगे दूसरी ऑटोमेटिक ऑफ हो जाएगी, एक ऑफ करेंगे तो ऑन हो जाएगी नेक्स्ट. देन चिप एग्जैक्टली सिंगल, देयर इज नो पेयरिंग. चेक बॉक्स, आई गेस आप सबको पता है कि क्या यूज होते हैं. आई डोंट हैव टू एक्सप्लेन एवरीथिंग. widgets are just simple features which are being extracted from other Google apps. Listen, this other Google apps, because Android Studio is a Google's program, so it contains only Google related objects. So you have to understand this. Now comes to layout. Layout is very important. You must have to explore this by yourself also, and by the time passes we will use a lot of things in this, like constraint layout. Constraint layout is by default already present in any app, because all the work which has to be done in certain space, like we are living in this earth, we have earth as our space, So constraint layout is like that. Now linear layout, horizontal. When we have to arrange things and manage things horizontally, we put linear layout, vertical layout, the same as vertical. Frame layout. Frame layout is something when we have like if we put a image or some text, we want the text to be inside a frame. Then we use frame layout and then we work under that layout. Now table layout will be used for like you have seen spreadsheets. It has same features. Now space layout is important. Space layout is like constraint layouts, but it is used for utilizing the space between two consecutive layouts, either from a horizontal view or a vertical view. It is clear. Yep. Now let's come to containers. Containers are the features which are included to use another feature into them. Like there is some parent container which is used for extracting information from other containers or other objects. Okay. Now helpers are just like as a name suggests, this helps to use some complex features just like that in a simple way. Now Google features add view, like when we open some apps, हम देखते हैं नीचे ऐड आ रहा है, ऊपर ऐड आ रहा है, तो that is used for that one. Map view obviously if जैसे अगर हम गलती से मैप लेआउट की जगह अगर एम्प्टी लेआउट ही खोल देते हैं, तो मैप व्यू वो हमारा एक फीचर है जो हमको हेल्प करेगा कि हम मैप्स को यूज कर सकते हैं. दिस इज ऑल लाइक यप. Now let's come to all this. Like you need to explore. Now what is this pixel? This is a pixel, like I have shown you emulator earlier. Yep, this is the emulator. Yeah, this place shows the type of emulator we are using. We have a lot of variety of emulators. Like if I show, actually for yeah, the thing is ki Android Studio provides a lot of emulators of different screen sizes, your watches, smart watches, your Android apps, sorry, Android phones, your tablets, your Chromebook. Now it has also includes Chromebook. So this shows what type of screen you are using. Currently, I'm using a Pixel phone. Oh, so now let's just add a text view here. Now, what I'm doing is if I run, just a second. If I run the app now, you will see that there is nothing happening in it. It's just blank white screen, and nobody wants to make a blank white screen as their app. So for that, we want to create something. Now we have our text view. You clearly know. Now when we select this, if we unselect this, then there are less options we got displays. But when we select, yeah, there is alignment option, like where we have to align our text view, either is center, upward, or downwards, or left, right, doesn't matter. This is constraints. Yes, constraint is very important. You have to understand constraint very attentionally, because without having proper constraints, you a mess. Like if we include button, and I didn't put any, and if I run now on my emulator, then it will look a mess. Like there is no constraints, and there is no proper planning about designing. Just a second. Yeah. No. Yeah. Look at this. We have put button here, but in the emulator we have button and text view are like everywhere, completely random. We can apply constraints through our XML files also. Like here, you can see that there is a red line under text view, and there are so many lines. I will explain this later, but for now, you can add a constraint from XML file. But I usually don't prefer to do this because it is so difficult. Honestly, it is so difficult, and as a smart developer, you must understand to work efficiently. If Android Studio provides you a way of doing things efficiently and fast, then why not use it? So you just have to take your pointer and just right click or left click and just put. Now I just have to move it here. Yeah. Now let's come to this attributes. If you see, I have given upper height 148 and these two zeros. Why is it zero? Like it is being centered. So there are a lot of people who think why it shows zero here. We have given some space. Actually, imagine is this these two lines, this one and this one, as a spring. They both have equal tension. So for our system, it is on zero. Like if we delete this constraint, then you will see it is zero. But because of this side, we have put constraint on this side, it comes in between. So I think that will be clear to you all. Now, if I have given constraint to this text view, but I didn't given constraints to any of them else. So what will happen? Let's see. Look, all other text view that these two text view and button are shifted to the upward, and this text view got it place. So now I will just put everything at place. And this is the most fun part I just love about Android development, because doing like this is a simple thing, because in HTML we have to code everything, and in Android Studio just drag and drop and finish. Okay, काम देखो सारे proper indentation साथ आ गए हैं हमारे the text view buttons and all that. So this is how we make some UIs. Use simple UIs. There is also another way of creating some interactive, a lot of interactive apps, but we are not going to discuss it now. We will discuss it later sessions. Now we just go through this simple UI, and let's come to this code part actually, which is actually tough. Currently, if we just run our app and we'll observe that there is nothing happening. We just हमने यहाँ पे दो चार text view buttons ला के खड़े कर दिए हैं, and वही हमें दिख रहा है. We want कि हमारा app कुछ काम भी करे ना, तो उसके लिए we will use our Java file. So for now, there is a lot of thing you can do. There's a lot of thing you can do with this Java file, but for now we have to focus on basic things. Like usually you have seen when you play games or any quiz like thing. So there is a message pop up on your screen, and after a few seconds it just vanishes. So that's called toast. खाने वाला toast in Android Studio. So how will we implement this? So we just type toast, and there's two options: Android widget and this create a new toast. So we will select this create new toast, and Yeah, this is the most fun part about Android Studio over Eclipse. Like we have got this feature that if we type a little bit some keywords and rest of the work is done by Android Studio. So now this uh, appears. I will explain everything. Like what is this here? As Android Studio already highlights, I just zoom in. Yeah, yeah. Android Studio highlights this is as a context. This here the जो ये this लिखा हुआ है इधर वो ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है कि ये जो एक्टिविटी करेंटली मेरी काम कर रही है मतलब मेन एक्टिविटी जो है ये उसको पॉइंट कर रहा है कि टोस्ट जो है ये जो टोस्ट बनेगा वो इस एक्टिविटी इस पर्टिकुलर एक्टिविटी पे ही एप्लीकेबल है इसी के लिए काम करेगा अदर हम किसी एक्टिविटी में यूज करना चाहेंगे तो नहीं कर सकते हैं उसको दैट्स द थिंग ओके नाउ टेक्स्ट व्हाट वी वांट टू what message we want to pop out on our screen. Like if we want hello GDSC-IERT. Okay. Now what is this toast dot length? I will explain it later, but for now we must focus on our this part only. Yeah, you will see this hello GDSC-IERT. And it just pops when we run our app and it vanishes by its own. So here it explains कि जो ये पार्ट है मेरा वो ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है कि जो मेरा टोस्ट है वो कितने टाइम के लिए रहेगा लाइक टोस्ट ये यहाँ पे ये टोस्ट लिखा हुआ है ये हमारा इस वाले टोस्ट को पॉइंट कर रहा है एंड डॉट लेंथ इज अ फंक्शन that is used for showing the time how much the message will be popped. Like if I just delete all this and when we type, yeah, you got two options: length underscore long and length underscore short. Yeah, if we enter length underscore long, then what will we see? The message which pops for a long time, a little bit of long time, not forever, but a little bit of long time. So this is how a toast works, and I guess everyone should practice by writing their names or different things, or having some. Even you can have a mathematical operation even then. Like it is like a simple Java code with some other Android features. So this is what Toast does. ठीक है. Now let's come कि अगर मैं अपने ऐप में थोड़ा सा चाहता हूँ कि टेक्स्ट भी मेरे को अच्छी लग रही है किसी भी रीजन से मैं सब डिलीट कर देता हूँ. Like you can delete it from here. Yeah, there's another thing like this is component tree. All the activity, all the objects you are drag and drop in your app will depict here. Like you see, constraint layout is the parent of everything. Now we have text view 3, buttons, which is all of these are inside this constraint layouts. So you have noticed that there is a yellow mark and this is a red mark. Why is this? This shows that there is an error in your code, in your designing. So you can ignore them. This is not important that much, but it always preferable to just tackle these errors because small errors can aggregate and become a reason for crashing your app. So it is preferred to solve all these errors. So here we come. If I just delete it, now I will just click on this icon. You will see the error is hard-coded test. What does this mean? Hard-coded test means like if you try to fix it Android Studio provide you features regarding fixing it. So just fix it. And what this do कि जो तुम्हारा ये टेक्स्ट व्यू है उसको ये एंड्रॉयड की फाइल्स में इंक्लूड कर देगा ताकि हम उसको बेटर एड्रेस कर पाएं. अगर हम कहीं आगे यूज कर रहे हैं, अगर हम यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं तो दैट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन. बट अगर हम कहीं यूज करना चाह रहे हैं उन टेक्स्ट व्यू को, उनकी आईडीज को, तो वो मेरे लिए उनको एंड्रॉयड की फाइल्स में ऑलरेडी इंक्लूड कर देगा. दैट्स द थिंग. या मैंने एक की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दी है बट बटन को छोड़ दिया है एंड यू विल सी कि it doesn't shows any error or the app will not crash. There is a lot of people who are going to panic in regarding this. That's why it's showing error. It's showing error because we have been using emulator for a long time without refreshing our app. So you have just simply reinstall and restart your app. There's also another reason regarding why this error shows up, because we have like edited our Android specific files. So this is also a reason for showing this error. Okay. Now this is the thing. Now let's understand what is this attribute part. Like if I didn't select anything, like any object, it just shows the properties of constraint layout. Now, like, what is I already told you that constraint layout is a parent layout of all your activities inside an app. So it just shows the attributes like features, what you can implement using constraint layouts. Now, if I select this text view, then it shows the properties of the text view, like their layout, layout width, height, and all these constraints. So you have to explore all the attributes by your own. There are, I guess, yes, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different categories for the all the attributes. You must explore everything, and you must observe and read about them carefully. Okay, now this is the thing. What if you want to include some image in your app? Somehow you want to make it prettier, so I just delete all these stuff. Now if I want to include, for example, I want an IRT logo. For this, you have to understand that PNG file is important, because that PNG file is synchronized with our Android manifestation files with ease. So it's preferable to have a PNG file. Yeah. Yeah. Now, there is a thing that you have to understand. You have to save the file in only lowercase. Okay. This I have saved this file in lowercase. Now, if I have to use this in our app, then here it is. Yep, you have to copy this. Now let's come to Android Studio. Now here comes this res folder. Yep, I have already shown you that all the files we will use, all the pictures, all the animation we will use in our Android app, we will use a drawable folder for that. So I just simply come and paste our image here. Yep. Now okay. Yeah, you have to like pay attention to this. the only file we will save is in lowercase. Why in lowercase? Because our XML file is a case sensitive language and it will not recognize any space, any special character, any block letters. So you have to name your file in only lowercase. Okay. So okay. Yeah. You can see this input.png files. If I open this, it is IRT's logo. Okay. Now I can hide this. Here comes image view. Image view is used for showing or depicting any image in your app. So what will I do? I just simply drag it and drop. Yeah, there is this window will pop out, and now you will see this input. Yeah, yep. Here it comes, and I just did make it quite smaller. Yeah, I just put this image in this image view. Okay, now I have to put constraint. Please don't ever forget to put strings constraint, sorry, because if you forget strings it will look ugly and you will just like you think कि क्यों, क्योंकि ऐसा मेरे साथ कई बार हुआ है कि आई जस्ट मैं 2-3 कंस्ट्रेंट्स लगा देता हूँ एंड यू हैव टू पे very keen attention to all the constraints, because कई बार ऐसा होता है कि मैं लगाया तो current constraints and like we have 4 constraints, मैं 3 पे लगा दी, मैंने एक छोड़ दिया गलती से और फिर उसके वजह से मेरा पूरा ऐप खराब होने लगता है. तो you have to just acknowledge every single constraint. Okay, now if we run our app, reinstall it. Yeah, you can see this image is shown here. Okay, this is how image view works. Okay, so you can explore different objects here like recycler view. Yeah, you have to you don't have to use this recycler view now. I will explain it later, but no, for now just leave it. Button, like button is any clickable thing in your app. Either it can be image or text or any drawing, design, anything. It can be anything. Yeah, I just make a bit short. Yep. Now let's understand about some buttons. I just made a constraints here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, these are the constraint. If I have to connect these two, then I must do this. Yeah. Now, if I drag this image view, then you will see that button will also drag with it because the height between them will be fixed. You see this? Yeah. The height between button and image will be fixed. Okay. Let's put this. Okay. Now, what I want to do with this button is जो ये मैं ऐप ओपन कर रहा हूँ तब मेरा टोस्ट जैसे if I have to run this now, yeah, my app is launched and by default the hello GDSC will pop out, but I want कि जब मैं बटन पे क्लिक करूँ ना तब ये pop out हो. So I am trying to do that. So we just select this button. Now we go this attribute and here it is a search option. We will search on click. I guess on click. What will we name the function? Let's just simply name this click. Okay. Now what will happen? What will happen? Like this is the function which is used, which will execute when we tap this button. Okay. So for this, I just go on. Wait a second. I just delete this toast. Yep. For any operation on any text view or button, you must use this first button. Yeah, you have to. You don't have to type it and leave it. You have to include all the necessary Android files for better execution of your programs, because uh, somehow this Android Studio requires some files. Like if we don't include button, then there are a lot of functions in the button we will not be able to use it by default. So we have to implement them differently on the, and a code just going to be lengthy. So all we need to include all those Android files. Now, if we just type this EUT, now this button pops out first, and if we just double click on this, you will see there is a new statement here: import android.widget.button. This will include all the features, all the functions which are used on button through Java. We have to use this Java. Okay. Now just yeah. I just have to recognize this ID. What is the ID of this button? Yeah, the ID is button 3. I will just simply put button. Okay. Yeah, when you change the ID, there is and you hit enter, this screen will pop out. What else it tells कि हमने इसको constraints दिए हैं, इसको other features पे link भी किया हुआ है. So what it will do कि ये हमारी जो Android में .manifestation files हैं, वहाँ पे जाके उन सब के बारे में, मतलब जहाँ जहाँ इसका यूज हुआ है इस आईडी का, वहाँ जाके वो उनको ऑल्टर कर देगी एंड वी विल एबल टू यूज दिस. ओके. Refactor. Okay. We will use this. Yeah. Here you can alter the name. It is not necessary कि जो हमारी यहाँ पे ID है वही हम यहाँ पे use करें, but it is preferable for a better code understanding. We will use the same ID and name for both addressing the buttons. Okay. Now here we come. Yeah, we will use this button for find view ID. Yeah, what it will do कि हमने एक वेरिएबल है एक तरीके से. It's not the ID. I repeat, it's not the ID of this button. It is a variable. जैसे हम अदर प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस में वेरिएबल डिफाइन करते हैं, ये एक वेरिएबल है. हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं कि हम यहाँ पे ये जो बटन वेरिएबल है, इसको इस बटन की जो एक्चुअल मेरा बटन है उसको उसकी आईडी दे रहे हैं. आई होप यू गेट दैट. लाइक r.id.button. Yeah. What is this r.id.button? Here r is r को ऐसे समझो कि ये आपका एक तरीके से जितनी भी आपके एंड्रॉइड फाइल्स हैं उन सब की पेरेंट फाइल है, जहाँ पे सारी एंड्रॉइड फाइल का कनेक्शन है, और उसमें आईडी एक क्लास है एक तरीके से, जिसके अंदर हमारे जितने भी हम ऑब्जेक्ट्स यहाँ पे यूज करेंगे उन सब की आईडी सेव होगी. वहां से हम बटन ये आईडी निकाल रहे हैं. ये आईडी ये आईडी का डेटा हम एक तरीके से ऐसे मान लो कि एक बड़ा कंटेनर है, उसके अंदर एक कंटेनर और है, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कंटेनर्स रखे हुए, इसमें आईडी और लेआउट कंस्ट्रेंट सब कुछ है। उसमें से हम आईडी वाला बॉक्स उठा रहे हैं, उस आईडी वाले बॉक्स के अंदर की जो बटन नाम की आईडी है वो हम इस वेरिएबल को असाइन कर रहे हैं। यू गेट दैट? अब अगर मैं यहाँ पे नाम में चेंज करूँ, बटन 1 कर दूं, तो आई हैव टू चेंज दिस टू। ठीक है, मैंने यहाँ पे भी चेंज किया। सो दिस इज द थिंग कि ये एक वेरिएबल है, ये नहीं बता रहे कि ये आईडी को ही हम इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं, ये एक वेरिएबल है जिसको हम बाद में इसकी आईडी दे दिए हैं। ठीक है, नाउ व्हाट विल वी डू? There is a function with this button. लुक, हाँ, ये वेरिएबल अब अपने आप पॉपअप होके आ रहा है कि हाँ, अगर आप सजेशन में आ रहा है कि आपको ये वेरिएबल यूज करना हो, तो मैंने यूज किया। नाउ आई विल जस्ट गो विद सेट ऑन click listener. Yes, this will do our work for us. वैसे ऑन क्लिक फंक्शन को यूज करने के और भी कई तरीके हैं। आई वांट कि वो आप लोग खुद एक्सप्लोर करो। द सिंपलेस्ट वे आई एम शोइंग हियर। नाउ वी विल यूज जस्ट न्यू view dot on click. Yes, here. Okay, now we just yeah. Wait a second. I don't click listener now. Just go through. Yeah. This is how Android Studio works कि मैंने सिर्फ view dot on click listener लिखा and उसके बाद on click listener पूरा में लिखा, मैंने view dot on click किया and just I hit enter and मेरे लिए पूरा फिनिश होके आ गया है। Now we will create a toast here. Toast. We will do the same thing. Hello. GDSC-IERT. Okay. Now, जब हमने लास्ट टाइम यूज किया था तो यहाँ पे केवल दिस आया था। नाउ यहाँ पे अब मेन एटीट्यूड और दिस आ रहा है। ये क्या बताएगा? एक तरीके से ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट है, हम जहाँ पे भी टोस्ट को यूज करेंगे उस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड या उस पर्टिकुलर इंस्टेंट के लिए ये हमारे टोस्ट का कॉन्टेक्स्ट है, वहाँ पे पॉइंट करेगा। ठीक है, सो दिस इज ऑल लाइक आई विल प्रेफर दिस लॉन्ग। वैसे अगर आपको नहीं पसंद आ रहा है तो आप शॉर्ट भी रहने दीजिए। आई विल प्रेफर लॉन्ग क्योंकि आई कैन रीड इट लाइक आराम से रीड कर सकता हूँ। सो नाउ इफ वी रन आवर ऐप, ये वेट अ सेकंड। Why does it keep crashing? एक सेकंड। Yeah, that's my bad. I just used two different ways of showing toast message together. Now, what will happen कि जब हमारा ऐप हम इंस्टॉल करेंगे एंड वी विल क्लिक ऑन द बटन देन हमारे ऐप में अंदर ही मैसेज जाएगा कि लाइक वी हैव टू रन अंदर हमारी मेन फाइल में एक इस नाम का फंक्शन होगा क्लिक नाम का एंड देन दिस फंक्शन विल एग्जीक्यूट हमारा टोस्ट पॉपअप होके आएगा. I guess it's too late for all of us, so I just quickly wrap it up. So these are the some basic functions Android Studio used for, and now I just want to say कि Android development is not like कि आप लोग लाइक एक बार में सब सिखा दूंगा या मैं कोई पढ़ा दूंगा कुछ ये बता दूंगा आप लोग को या आप किसी कोर्स से कर लोगे सब कुछ आसान से हो जाएगा. यू हैव टू एक्सप्लोर दिस. मतलब यू हैव टू गो थ्रू डॉक्यूमेंटेशन एंड अदर लाइक स्टैक ओवरफ्लो और कोरा and official Android docs. I prefer official Android docs. Why? Because those are more reliable. You can go through this docs and this developer guides. Let it open. Here you can see these overview guides, UI guides, reference. If you are, it is also very handy to use UI guide for Jetpack Compose. We will use different types of other features here. Now we will just you can read any documentation here regarding Kotlin, the games they can make using this and all of that things. You can read documentation all by yourself. I will not going to read for it. Read it for you. You will have to read it. Okay. Now I will have to explain this manifest files. These are Android manifest files which are going to handle everything behind the scenes. If I open this and you will see there is a lot of code running behind the scenes, and all this is very important. I believe I will explain you all this later, but I want कि आप लोग अपने आप भी थोड़ा सा explore करो चीजों को. Okay. And I think this is it for today's session. I hope you all enjoyed this session. Give your feedback on our official portals. Thank you. And one more thing is there कि we have a offline session also on hands-on training on Saturday, I guess. Yep, on Saturday. So I will highly appreciate all of your presence. Thank you. Yep. Any other queries? If you want to ask anything, this is your time. You can ask anything. I was expecting कि लास्ट तक और भी बंदे होंगे. बहुत कम लोग बचे हैं. कोई बात नहीं. Yeah, I think that there are no queries for now, so you all can leave. And there is a session on offline session, same as a hands-on training on Saturday. So I hope you all will come and join us. Thank you.